Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Now, I am converted. I'm converted with the Bourrasque. Yes, the Bourrasque is back in store, and I previously made a video not that long ago saying how much I dislike the Bourrasque. However, I had a word spoken to me with MJ and 34 from the NA server, two fantastic players who absolutely love this tank and don't understand why I don't like it. So basically they made me go play the tank and try to change my mind about the tank. And of course last week I did stream with 34 and we started off with the Bourrasque, and I'm converted. I've now changed, and I do think this is a fantastic tank in certain aspects. Now, the tank is back for sale. I think the tank is worth buying? Currently, I will probably say no. I think 12.5k gold is still a bit too much for the tank, and 15k gold is a bit too much for the tank and the camouflage. However, I do think the tank looks absolutely fantastic. It's small, it's fast, it's cute, and the way I was reviewing this tank was from my kind of play style. Now I'm aware that not all tanks suit my play style, and this is definitely one of those. So I started to play it a little bit different, and as soon as I started playing it a little bit different, the more enjoyable this tank had become. And I realized that for me, I can't be so aggressive in this tank. It's not an aggressive tank. Of course, it is a two-shot auto-loader that doesn't have any armor, and the reload is quite long. I mean, what, 18 seconds, something like that for a reload? So I started playing it more passive, and to be honest, I have been really enjoying the tank, and I think I've been enjoying the tank more is because I've been playing it, and I've been playing it whilst platooning. And I do have to say that this tank, whilst platooning, if you double this tank in a platoon, it is a mega fun tank. It really is. If you focus fire and you play like a proper platoon, this tank really can cause some damage and upset with the enemy team, because you got to remember, you have a high alpha gun. You really do have a nice gun. The alpha is really nice, and if you've got 4 shells coming at you, then you can do yeah, that's a lot of damage coming at you. I mean, 320 alpha there, and if you both focus fire, of course you're doing quadruple that. So yeah, it definitely is a tank that's more fun whilst platooning, and I'm definitely converted. I'm definitely converted with the tank, and how I reviewed the tank is definitely wrong, because I'm reviewing it I was reviewing it from my own play style, which of course I'm aggressive player. This tank is definitely not an aggressive tank. You can't be too aggressive in this tank. However, if you're playing 2 of them in a platoon, you can be quite aggressive depending on the enemy's hit points. If they're around 1100, then yeah, you could be quite aggressive. You can go forward, and if you go together, you can just destroy anything that is your way. Just like here, this poor eagle, bang bang bang, gone. 2 shots left. This guy can go he's got 1 shot. Well, he's a 1 shot now, and there's not much he can do. However, if you are both on a reload, you have to bear in mind that the DPM is not that high on this tank. So yeah, I really enjoyed my platoon. I really enjoyed the stream we did last week. If you haven't checked it, of course it's on the channel, and I really did enjoy it playing 2 of these, and we played it quite a lot, to be honest. We did play it quite a lot, and it's definitely changed my opinion on the Bourrasque. I've always said it looks a good tank. It does look a fantastic tank. But yeah, in a platoon, it is a mega fun tank to play. And you're going to see here, I mean, I'm watching it from 34's aspect, but I'm on the same team now. I'm over there. You can see me. I'm over there. I'm famous. I'm in this replay. So at the minute, our guy 34, he's losing a lot of hit points, and if he dies right now, it's game over. The enemy are winning on supremacy points. He's on a big long reload. The Bourrasque's now coming, so I'm going to ignore the Action X, because of course I want to clear this Bourrasque, because he can clear us pretty easily, and our guy 34 managed to clear the Action X. So it is now just us two left alive against two tanks, the AMX CDA, which right now I'm not sure where he is, but we're talking, don't forget we're talking whilst we're platooning as well. So there's the Tiger 2, and he's got a lot of hit points left, so we don't really want to deal with him right now. We want to find where this CDA is, because we don't know how many hit points he is, and now he is only on 8 hit points. So 34 has to be really careful. He got away with that one, and this CDA, yeah, thank you very much, and gone. And now that CDA is gone, it is going to change the whole outcome of this game, because I'm one side of the Tiger and 34 is now the other side of the Tiger, and if we've both reloaded our magazine, we could do upwards of 1200 damage, maybe a little bit more to this Tiger. So I'm trying to take the attention whilst 34 is on a reload. You can see I'm doing some damage to him, and 34 is able to get behind. And just look at his hit points. With one magazine each, he's now a one shot. I can still take a shot. 34 has got 2.6k damage this game. He's on 4 kills, and because now I am just about reloaded, I'm just going to go forward. I know I can take him out nice and easy, and we get the win. So that was a really good platoon win there. We stuck together, we worked well together, and I managed to get almost, what, 4k damage, and 34 got 2.5k damage. But between us, we really did carry. I mean, 4k for me, 2.5k, and we did carry that game. 6 kills between us, and it was a nice win. And this is what I'm saying, like, I'm always reviewing tanks, and because of this tank, and because of the last video I done where I was saying that I didn't like this tank, and I got a lot of hate from it. I got a lot of hate because I said it's a bad tank, and people were like, what the fuck, Meadsy, what the hell, sorry for my language, and it has made me sort of think about what I'm saying before I review a tank. And a lot of the time I'm reviewing a tank based on either my own opinion of the tank, how I'm playing in the tank, or I'm trying to also look at it from an average player's point of view. Of course, you've got Droodles, who's a fantastic player, much better than me. He'll review a tank off his own review and how he views the tank, which is fine to do, but I'm trying to review the tank from an average player's kind of view. So Droodles might turn around and say this tank is completely OP. So you got to bear in mind the average player is around 48%. So if a 48% player gets in this tank, they're not going to perform very well, because you need to know how to play the tank, and that is with a lot of tanks out there, but this tank especially, because of the no armor, the DPM, etc., it's not going to be a good tank for a 48% player, period. So that's where I try and review a tank from an average player's kind of view. Not always. I sometimes obviously review a tank from my own personal feedback, and of course, because I'm an aggressive player, I'm always playing aggressive. There's not many tanks I don't play aggressive in, and that is where I went wrong with this tank. It's not an aggressive tank. It is a passive tank that you need to sort of just look what you're doing, and definitely if you're in a platoon, you have to work well together. You have to work together. There's no point doing double these and you're not working together, because the tank will then become just an average tank. But if you double them and you're picking targets out together, you really will see your damage and your platoon mate's damage go up very quickly, and you will actually win a lot of games, because it's hard to deal with. A 300 and roughly sort of 320 to 350 alpha per shot is very hard to deal with when there is 4 shots coming your way from 2 different tanks. So yeah, I mean, It's definitely a fun tank to play. I do apologise for anyone that felt offended when I said this was a bad tank, but again, it was my personal opinion. I didn't like the tank. I didn't like how it fits my playstyle, but sometimes you've got to change your playstyle. Sometimes you have to change your playstyle. We did that. We changed our playstyle, and it does make my views completely change from this tank. But I would still recommend using this tank in a platoon because it does make it a lot better than that. So it's just a 3 versus 1 now. I know that 34 is on a reload. I can still take a shot, so I'm just going to take the attention of this guy. I'm just about reloaded, so I'm going to get one more shell into him, and we're going to actually miss our next shell, but it doesn't matter because 34 has now reloaded. So yes, I missed the shot, but he can now come in whilst I'm on a reload and take the attention and get the kill. And that is how you play this tank. So it is in store. I wouldn't recommend it right now because I do still think it is a bit too expensive. So let me know your thoughts on the Bourrasque. Do you like just playing the tank, or do you prefer playing it in a platoon? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye. With